don't give up the fight.
This week on the arts page, we're celebrating Bob's 70th birthday anniversary celebrations. And we're by downtown Kingston at the waterfront, giving you some highlights, as well as hearing from members of the public as we celebrate Bob's life and legacy. Let's take a look. Red, green and gold were the colors of the night as the fashion and music fused to celebrate the life and legacy of the gong.
When you talk about Bob Marley, you talk about global.
He's the boss writer. The melodies are crazy, and I just love what he had to talk about. I loved his message.
Well, unity was my main thing, you know what I mean? When he united, you know, the two party leaders together on stage, you know what I mean?
You know, Bob Marley's our king, though. Yeah, I mean, he's our daddy, just like Marcus Garvey.
The event, sponsored by telecommunications company Digicel and supported by the Ministry of Tourism, had hundreds of patrons coming out, reminiscing on the king of reggae and his contribution, which reached every continent. Through his music, Bob was able to strengthen the consciousness of black people, even as he spread the message of love and unity among all peoples and races in a message of equality that transcended borders and time.
Every man have a right to decide his own destiny, and in this judgment there is no partiality.
Being in Zimbabwe with Bob, while we were on stage, I mean, the revolutionaries who fought in the war, which were teenagers mainly, they were not invited to the opening ceremony. And they heard Bob Marley's music from how many kilos away. They will tell you that Bob Marley's music was the music that kept them on the battlefield. No woman or cry. Those little 14-year-old soldiers. And when they heard it, they bombarded the gate and the soldiers tear gassed them. We were on stage and we felt the sensation. And we thought we were gonna die down in Zimbabwe.
Me, Sister Rita and Sister Judy, we all ran for our lives. Not even thinking about Bob. And at the end of it all, when everything came back to a calm, Bob went back on stage and finished his performance. And when he came to the house and saw the three of us, he just looked at us and said, now we know who are the real revolutionaries.
One good thing about music, when it hits you, you feel no pain. So hit me with music, brutalize me. Music now. Hit me with music, hit me with music now.
This is
Trench Down Rock.
I said, don't watch that.
Trench Down Rock.
Big fish are spread down.
Trench Down Rock.
You reap what you sow.
Trench Down Rock.
My interaction with Bob, I can say, is pretty much more than most people in the industry, because when I went to Studio One at the age of 7, Bob was there, and so I knew Bob, Sister Rita, Sister Marcia, Bonnie, Peter. I knew all of them since I was 7. So Bob used to call me Little Freddy, and that's what he continued to call me until he passed.
And even as we celebrate and laud Bob as an entertainer, his children who bear his heritage and continue his legacy in music and business note how as a father he has shaped them.
Music is something he poured his soul into. He sweat day and night, not just for economical benefits, but for things that will really enhance a community, make change, create change. And to see that that's still relevant because of what he started, his purpose of what he started, it's resonating even 60 years after and 70 years later, from birth till when he started out, at 16 years old,
Children stand up for you. Yes, children stand up for you. Rasta children stand up for you. Yes, children stand up for you.